The movie starts with a history lesson nobody asked for. Apparently, monks, who are supposed to be smart, decided to play God and created magic beans that grow a gateway to Gantua, a floating island in the sky. Spoiler alert, giants live there. The giants come down, wreck everything, and eat people like popcorn until King Erik uses a magic crown, forged from a giant's heart, to control them and banish their asses back to the clouds. Problem solved, right? Fast forward a few centuries to Jack, an 18-year-old peasant who is painfully broke. His uncle tells him to go sell their horse so they don't starve to death. At the market, Jack meets Princess Isabel, who's out here exploring the streets because royal boredom is real. She's disguised in a hoodie, which in medieval movies means she is practically invisible. Anyway, Jack defends her from some drunk idiots, hero points earned, guards come, take the princess back, and Jack goes back to being broke. Meanwhile, Lord Roderick, the king's advisor and official slimy bitch of the movie, steals the beans and crown from King Erik's tomb. But a monk steals the beans back and bumps into Jack. In a moment of pure stupidity, Jack trades his horse for these magic beans. The monk tells him, don't get them wet, which obviously means they're getting wet. Bro didn't even question why random beans come with horror movie rules. He just took them like an idiot. Later that night, the princess runs away from her overprotective dad, typical Disney behavior, and by coincidence, obviously not, ends up at Jack's house. They're bonding, vibing, but because the universe hates poor people, the roof leaks. Guess what gets wet? The damn bean! Suddenly, the beanstalk explodes through the house floor like nature took a double dose of Viagra, shooting the house into the sky like it's late for a job interview. Isabel gets kidnapped by the house being carried into the clouds. Jack tries to save her, but gravity says nope. He falls and passes out. The next morning, the king is like, oh shit, my daughter! He sends Elmont, the badass knight with his crew, and Roderick, the sneaky bastard, up the stalk to rescue her. Jack volunteers because simping is powerful motivation. Roderick, on their way up, accidentally kills half the knights by cutting their ropes. After climbing this massive vegetable erection for what feels like an eternity, they finally reach the top and Roderick robs Jack of his beans, but Jack secretly keeps one. Anyway, we finally see a giant. These things are fast. I mean, terrifyingly fast. Meanwhile, Roderick whips out King Erik's magic crown after his sidekick got turned into a lunch bar, like, guess who's daddy now? We get introduced to Fallon, the giant leader with two heads. Imagine being that ugly and having a roommate attached to your neck. I guess one head wasn't ugly enough. These giants look like they haven't bathed since the dinosaurs. Crusty skin, moldy teeth, hands that look like expired sausages. Bro, the chef giant was the worst. Think a giant Gordon Ramsay if he fell in a sewer. Also, I have to ask, where the fuck are the lady giants? Seriously, look around Gantua. It is a total sausage fest. There isn't a single female giant in sight. Do they reproduce by budding? Are they cloned? Or did they eat all the women? It's just a bunch of angry, unwashed dudes sitting on rocks complaining about being hungry. Anyway, Jack sneaks into the kitchen and kills the nasty chef giant before he can turn Isabel into Princess Stew or whatever. Then Elmont and Jack pull a Looney Tunes trick on a giant blocking the exit and makes it fall off the cliff. Splat. The king sees this from below and goes, what the fuck? Cut the damn stalk, now! Honestly, smartest decision anyone makes in this movie. On the way down, Jack and Isabel kiss, because apparently nothing turns you on like escaping cannibal giants. Elmont stays behind, kills Roderick, finally, but Fallon takes the crown and becomes king of the giants. Because why should the movie be over when we can stretch this plot like bubblegum? Anyway, Jack, Isabel, and Elmont surf the collapsing plant down like it's Fortnite. But Fallon is petty as hell. He finds the leftover beans, thanks to Roderick, does the Viagra water trick again. The kingdom goes full Game of Thrones light version. Guards are dying like extras in a Marvel movie. Fallon finds a sewer entrance, fitting considering he smells like one, and bursts into the castle. He grabs Jack and Isabel and is about to swallow Jack whole, but Jack tosses the last magic bean down Fallon's throat. He dies. Jack grabs the crown and commands all giants to go home and never come back like a strict father catching kids past curfew. King Bromwell is like, congrats, you killed a bunch of giants. Want my daughter? Jack's like, bet. They get married, have twins, and everyone pretends trauma doesn't exist. The crown becomes St. Edward's crown, and in the future, a kid named Roddy looks at it in a museum while Gantua still floats above London.